Hi, and this is gonna be part two. I cut it off because my dad was coming up, and I didn't want any background noises or interruptions. I'm sorry for cutting it um, and stuff like that. Because I don't. Yeah. So I was talking about being an infant. So in infants, it's hard to know when you're a child that you're different to someone else, like the rest of the group. That you have to do your exams differently to everyone else. So from that day and from that year, people knew I was different. People knew I needed one-to-ones with learning and maths and English. Other subjects I'm quite good at, okay at, not good, okay. And then in juniors, so year three, you then have these color coding. If you're on a certain color, like say, that means you're really good at reading. If you're on brown, that means you're not really good at reading. And then the bullying started. Because I wasn't like a boy, I wasn't into football. I wasn't into football and stuff like that. Sports, boy stuff. I wasn't really into it, so I didn't really make friends with the boys. Um, so some year like on Discord, I've always said I've never been part of a group before, and one of the reasons is because I never grew up as a group. I never been part of a group of lads. You know, stuff what lads do, especially today. Over here, where I'm from the north of England, working class. Do some Google research on working class, and you normally have a team, football team to support. I do support them. I support my local football team called Rovers. That might be doxing me a bit, uh, but oh, um, yeah. So my local team is Blackburn Rovers. I don't live anywhere near my area, but I'm not far. I live in a nice. Um, uh, so yeah, so the singling out happened. My friends were some kids a year younger than me. Some were girls who didn't do girly stuff. So we were like a small group. We didn't want to do boy stuff or girl stuff. Uh, what was okay, but you got I got teased for it and stuff like that. Growing up, my dad was doing nights and my mum was doing evenings. So I didn't. So I was always at my grandma's, my different grandmas and granddads. At the time, when I grew up, they were there at secondary school. They all moved away. All my grandparents moved away. Um, uh, so yeah, and then because my auntie lived with my grandparents, one of my aunties, quite old fashioned. I usually my grandma doesn't like mess. So when I was at my grandma's, I couldn't really do stuff that I wanted. I couldn't really. I could invite people round if I wanted to, but I told them how they were and stuff, and it put them off. So yeah, it wasn't the best growing up. Like, yeah, I'm very lucky to have a loving family. I've said that, and I am lucky to have some of them now with me because some died. My granddad on my dad's side, and my step granddad, who was like granddad, just died in November. So I have been a bit down and a bit sad. But my auntie, every time, like at my grandma's, I weren't really allowed to be like a child. Any of them, any of my grandparents' houses, I wasn't really allowed to be a child. One of my grandmas, I was allowed to play out a bit more, allowed to go to the parks and stuff like that. But my other grandmas, you have to do things. Sorry, I just had a drink. I had to do certain things at a certain time. Couldn't, couldn't go where I was allowed to, where I wasn't allowed to go to many places. But one of my aunties, who doesn't have children, I wasn't allowed to be a child. Every time I did something a child would do, she would have a go at me. Laughter and everything. So every time I've laughed at something or doing something or thought of something funny, and a lot of people do it now on Discord, but the way I am on Discord on some servers, I apologize. I realize that I'm doing the same thing as how I got treated. People are saying it was the oh, I think that, that, that you're, I don't know what you're thinking, but I think you just got this person, this 26 far. He just wants to tell people off. You're probably thinking, oh, no, you're probably thinking, oh, because it happened to you, you want everyone else to be miserable. No, I don't want, I don't want that. I don't want people to be miserable. I want people to have fun. I want people to have a better childhood than what I had in one way. I want you to be a child. I want people to have fun as much as possible. Don't let me spoil you. Just tell me. But I'm sorry. But I'm hoping that if you watch this, then you will understand. You will understand a bit more about. So I've never had that boy growing up. I didn't have a group of lads. People thought I was strange. And then it got worse. The bullying got worse. People, when it came to year six, you have something called SATs. And every exam I had to do, I would be pulled out. And I did a different paper to everyone else. Foundation paper. So, but before that, when my brother was born, we, had, we didn't know this until later on, until he had an hearing test. But I love being a brother. I always have to. I always love my brother, who I'm so proud of. He could be going to Dubai, winning a competition, hopefully. Uh, he's 20. Oh, God, I feel old. But we nearly lost it. We, I could have not had a brother. Sometimes I think that my brother is what my family have always craved. The stuff, he's so talented, but they probably wanted me to be brainy, to be smart. But I know it's not true. That's how I feel. That's how I think. I need to stop that. Know that. I always think I'm a loser. I know I say things on this call. I say stuff I shouldn't do, and I always put myself down. But I put myself down and I spoil people's fun because of how my auntie treated me. I wasn't allowed to laugh. I wasn't allowed to be a child. I didn't look after well, but my mum and dad didn't know anything about it until I grew up. Until later on. But primary school got worse, especially during this. And the first thing people said, I feel sorry for Ben. He's not gonna have a normal life. He's not gonna have normal. He's not gonna live normal. He's gonna. Some of them coming up to me saying you're stupid. I'll never be like them. I'll never be successful. I'll never be successful in life. Oh, he's getting special treatment. I wasn't getting special treatment. It's not my fault I am special needs. It's not my fault I have learning difficulties. But you can understand. But I get upset now because it hurts. And it hurted back then. I hate it. And then my confidence down the path. I thought there were no point in school. I thought I'm gonna be failing. Anyway, what's the point? I thought I won't. And then, and then, I'm glad I moved away because all my boys went away. They were stupid in a way. They all got pregnant at 16. Most of them. smoking, teenagers. So it's from then, year 6, I got my first teacher was great. I'm always thankful for all my teachers in primary school. All my teachers in primary school were the best teachers. Very supportive, a one-to-one, everything. It's hard to believe in yourself when you got this message in your head. Ben, these kids going, oh, I feel sorry, Ben. He's not gonna have a life. He's gonna fail. He's not. He's not gonna have a normal life. He's not gonna be like us. So that's why I don't. That's why. And from then, I've always put myself down. From then, I've been scared of doing things because of what they were saying back then. Going back on to my brother, when I was in year 6 and he was in reception, and then he did an hearing test. From that day, we found out he had this disease called Mastroid disease. I think that's what. And this disease is in his ear, bones in his ear, and it was millimeters away from his brain. My family have gone through. It took 15 years, I think. I think he finally got it solved when they were about 18, 19 years old. Finally, got this pump. The surgeon at the time was the third best surgeon in the world. And he said it was the worst ear he's ever saw. He's now got everything remodeled. Screen had a skin growth from his thigh. Got it all modeled. At secondary school, I was lucky to make a friend. At primary school, when there were about 6 of us, I think, or 8 of us, who went to my secondary school from a primary. So you always stick to them because secondary school is a big place. Uh, and then on the second week, we decided to split up and try and make friends. One of my friends who were really into football, he went to go to football. The girls already knew some girls, so they went with the girls, and I was like on my own again. Another boy was walking around, wandering around, and and uh, and he was looking for a friend, and I was looking for a friend. And then it turned out, because on your second week, you then start to go to proper lessons. Stop it.